Hi Capricorn, welcome to your reading. This is going to be for the end of October. It is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If this one doesn't resonate, guys, definitely check out those other placements. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone who watches. So we're going to get into your recent past, your current energy, and the near future. And then we're going to look into your person's energy, whoever's on your mind, and your energy and see what's going on there. So a huge thank you to everyone who's returning. I love you guys. And to those of you that are new, welcome. I hope you'll stay. I do personal readings. That info's in the description box below. All right, so let's see what's going on for you. I'm having a little bit of a tough time kind of getting the cards to shuffle. So I just heard tension. There might be a little bit of tension towards the end of October after this full moon. If you're being pushed to release some things from your life, you may be holding on a little bit too tightly. And I feel like that's what I want to say. It's like the tension is like grasping on so much that it actually makes your hands hurt, or it makes your body hurt, or it makes you feel uncomfortable, or something's going on where I feel like you're just holding on too tight. There's going to be a need to release towards the end of the month, especially today. I think is actually the full moon. It's the 21st. For some people, it's the 20th, others the 21st. All right, so let's see exactly what is going on with you guys. All right, so the recent past, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Eight of Wands in reverse, and then the King of Swords in reverse. The current energy is the Fool in reverse with the King of Pentacles and the Chariot card in reverse. Near future, Hangman in reverse, that's great. Ten of Swords, see, there's that releasing that I feel like you're going to be doing in the upcoming weeks. And then Judgment in reverse. The overall energy is the Queen of Swords. So I think you need clarity around something that's going on in your life, or you need to give clarity to a situation. So sometimes we hold on really tightly to the idea of something, and that could be what you need to let go of. Whether it be about something to do with your work, a relationship, whatever it is, the Queen of Swords is usually very clear and concise about how she feels, what she thinks. She doesn't usually mince words. But in this case, I kind of feel like there's something that's been bothering you, or something that you've been holding back about. Maybe you just need to tell somebody how you actually feel. With the moon, you could have been secretive about it. Something's going on there, because with the Five of Wands, I'm going to get into those energies, but they're having me pull from the deck, so I'm going to go with it. With the Five of Wands, this could be feeling like there's either competition. You could have competition in your job, or people that are competitive with you, and you're tired of it. You're tired of maybe the gossip or the secrets or something that's going on, and you just finally want to tell somebody how you feel about them. Or this could also be internal conflict. Now, if there is someone that you are not connected to right now, I see the Knight of Cups in reverse, so I'm going to say that's somebody else's energy. It's like there's something that you're wishing for, but there's a hand back here. So there's something that you're still holding on to while you're trying to pour into something new. So you really can't do both things at the same time. That tension could be building up to the point where you finally realize you've got to release this. Like I said, full moon energy, release it, because it's causing some kind of confusion. It could be causing delays in your life, or you feel like you're just in that state of, I can't get clarity about how I feel. I know not how you feel. You know how you feel, but I think you need to speak up, because the situation is confusing the you know what out of you. And if you've got one hand in the past, one hand in the future, you're kind of stuck in between, right? So it's a stuck energy. And that Five of Wands is creating some kind of internal conflict, and or it could be creating just drama in your surroundings, and you're not liking it. Like I said, if this is a work situation and somebody's really competitive or catty, or, difficult, men can be catty too, by the way, and you just have been holding back for a long time, I think it's time to say exactly what's on your mind. Now, the Three of Swords is coming up. Some of you could have been dealing with someone who had put you in a third-party situation. Maybe you haven't released this just yet, and you're still feeling the hurt and the pain and that confusion about what's going on. I had wished for this. I'd hoped for this. Why is this not happening the way that I had hoped? The Ace of Wands in reverse is saying, that's the next card, is saying that whatever it is that you are really passionate about is not getting off the ground. But then the Strength card is coming up, and the Ace of Cups is in reverse. So things are delayed for a reason. And whatever that is, I think that's why they're asking you to release whatever hold you have on it. It's like the energy's gotten so tense that if you don't release it, one, it's going to occupy your mind. Two, it's going to create this kind of state of almost like you're living in your head in some cases. Now, with the work situation, you just need to truly tell somebody that whatever it is that you're feeling, if you're hoping to heal the situation, fantastic. Maybe you just want to heal you, and by speaking up, that helps you kind of heal whatever's been bugging you, because as soon as you get it out, your body feels better. So whatever you need to do to get that out is going to be really important. Don't hold back. Now, you could be dealing with somebody who also has some secrets. That is Pisces energy. Now we have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Cancer, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. I'm going to say Sagittarius because I feel that strongly. All right, so in the recent past, we have the Knight of Cups with the Eight of Wands in reverse and then the King of Swords in reverse. So this is just a lack of movement, period. If you're dealing with somebody that doesn't seem like they, either one, they're not putting in any effort, or two, there is no communication and things have been cut off. I don't think this person has been able to speak up or tell you the truth. Maybe they're holding back for some reason. We're going to clarify that to see, because there's just a complete lack of movement, at least in the recent past. Now, in the current energy, the Fool is in reverse, the King of Pentacles, and the Chariot card in reverse. So, you know how I said you may be holding on a little bit tight? This feels like a tad bit of a stubborn energy. And listen, don't get mad at me. We all have those moments. I'm also Capricorn rising and moon, so I know what it's like to be stubborn sometimes. The King of Pentacles is very much about tradition and how things have always been. And what's been really difficult for you guys in the last probably 9 months since Capricorn or Saturn shifted out of Capricorn is letting go of what used to be. I say this a lot to my Caps that I do personal readings for. You guys know that this is a really big test of, can you get yourself to a place where you can see things differently, because what used to be is no longer. And that's very much your energy with the King of Pentacles. It's like tradition. I know how things are going to move forward. I know that if I take these steps, that this is going to be the outcome. And unfortunately, that system is breaking down. And it's probably going to be the most challenging for you guys because of what shifts took place. Saturn in Capricorn was really pushing you to make changes and teaching you really difficult lessons. And now it's like, can you release what used to be and the conditioning that you've been taught that this is how things have to look, or this is the only way that things can be done, and opening up to releasing. Because as long as you hold tightly onto those old type of thought processes or traditions or how things should be or look, that's going to create some stagnation for you. And that's okay. It doesn't mean you're not going to get what you're looking for. It just means that if you don't want to look like a fool because you want things to look a certain way, that's going to create a lack of movement for you, because then you're not going to be stepping into something that could be different because it feels scary. All right, so we'll clarify that as well and see what else comes up for you. Now, the Hangman in reverse with the Ten of Swords in reverse and the Judgment card. What I love about this shift is, although you may feel a little bit stuck in the energy of that right now, and you're still kind of wheeling in your mind about, how do I do this different than I've always done it? The Hangman with the Ten of Swords in reverse and the Judgment means you're going to release it. You're going to let it go. So today, the very day that you actually click into this video, or even if you watch it afterwards, you could be starting to feel yourself shift. You're releasing things that had created burdens. Maybe you hold grudges and that's what you've been holding on to. Anger, frustration, grudges, whatever it is, or whoever it's towards. And all of a sudden you get this sense of, I can actually let this go. I've got to let this go or I'm going to drive myself insane. Whether it be a person, a situation, a work circumstance, whatever it is for you in your life right now that you're holding so tightly onto, it's about releasing. There's going to be a serious decision that needs to be made in order for you to free yourself from feeling constantly pent up or tense. When I sit here, I feel tense. I get into the sign's energy when I do the reading. So that's what I feel like. I feel like I just want to tighten my hand out of frustration. All right, so let's clarify the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Wands. What energy is this that isn't moving? This might be the energy that's creating some kind of confusion for you. Even if you're with the person, maybe they're not expressing themselves and you're starting to question how they feel about you because they just stopped communicating. Whether it doesn't even matter if you're living together. They could have just stopped even showing love or talking or being really clear about how they feel, something of that sort. So the Hierophant in reversed, reverse. The Hierophant in reverse says losing faith. So in the recent past, you could have started losing faith in this situation, thinking that maybe it's just not going to happen. Maybe this person's pulling away, and I need to realize that the hardest of things to let go of are the people that we love or that we hope to be with. And in this, I just feel like that's exactly what happened. You started losing faith. All right, let's look at the Eight of Wands with the King of Swords in reverse. Then we have the Devil in reverse. Here's what's interesting. It's a lot of passionate energy. That's your card in reverse. So you don't feel like yourself. It doesn't have to be about the toxic energy or the codependency or, being used as a scapegoat or any of those actual meanings of the devil. It can be passion. It can be a lot of things. And I sense that passionate side of who you are somehow started to get lost as you held so tightly on to the idea that something had to be a certain way. And now that's starting to shift. So let's see with the Fool and the King of Pentacles. There you go. Your strength starts to kick in, and I think you're asking yourself, do I have the strength to get beyond this situation? Can I... And when I say situation, I mean holding on to what you always believed was true or how things were meant to be or be done. It takes a lot of strength to shift that mindset into something completely different. Now, you could be dealing with Leo energy as well. Let's look at the King of Pentacles with the Chariot in reverse and then the Seven of Pentacles. That's you being patient, yes. For the things that you want, I think at times you can step back to see if it's going to change or grow. But at the same time, are you holding on too tightly again? Because that's someone who steps back and waits, but not always in the most patient way, and things don't move forward. At some point, you have to make a choice, and I think you do in the near future. Let's look at the Hangman with the Ten of Swords in reverse. Then we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. So this could be you deciding that you need to cut off communication with someone who has withdrawn from you or isn't showing the emotions that you desire. It could be you just saying, you know what, I'm done myself. I'm going to shift this for me and make a choice not to allow this to keep me in a place where I feel like this anymore. And then we have the Two of Cups. Okay. So, and then the Lovers on the bottom. So you pulling back and shifting your energy could actually help bring this energy back in. That sounds crazy. It almost sounds manipulative, and I don't mean it like that, but it's like as soon as you let go of any need to know, it's like all of a sudden things start to fall into place. Whatever it is that you desire, these are two people who see eye to eye. And then the Lovers comes up. And whether it's that you want somebody new in your life or the person that you hope is going to be in your life finally shows up. But I think you need to stop communicating, or at least try to get energetically to the place where you just allow things to be and then things change. That's tough because look at this. The Ten of Wands says you've been in a tremendous amount of, I want to say agony, frustration, just carrying everything with you all the time. And God, your legs must be sore, because if you're carrying that much stress on your back, I can't even imagine. And then the Three of Swords is in reverse, which means you start to release the attachment to the pain, and that also helps things come together. I really like the way that sounded. The Tower's in reverse, so it will create a change. You haven't seen that change yet, so it's hard to believe that it can actually happen. All right, so I'm going to put these back and go ahead and get into your person's energy specifically. So think about that person for a moment, and we'll we'll see what's going on with you and them. This is for Capricorn. All right. Let's see what your person's energy is. The Page of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands. See, it's kind of conflicting energy. It's almost as if they want to offer something stable, and then the Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. So we have the Knight of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles, and then the Six of Swords is in reverse. Your energy is the Queen of Pentacles. There you are, showing up in your own side. But the Ten of Wands with a lot of stress connected to this, feeling really stuck. And then the Three of Swords in reverse, wanting desperately to get over something that has hurt you. And look, a lot of the Capricorns that I know are going through this, trying to get beyond something that has hurt. And I think just releasing of the pain, it doesn't mean you have to release the energy of that person necessarily if you want them in your life, but releasing the pain that it has created up until this point and not having the expectation that it needs to look a certain way or at a certain time. So the overall energy for this is the Tower in reverse. So things haven't changed just yet, but I think as you shift your energy, then things are going to change with your person as well. So like I said, the Page of Pentacles with the Knight of Wands, I feel like your person's working on themselves and their money. The Page of Pentacles is like maybe they started a new job and they just don't have the energy with the Knight of Wands in reverse to come forward. But at some point, it's because they want to have the stability that they need in order for things to be good. With the Six of Swords in reverse, it's not being in a really great place. And they want to be in that place before they approach you or continue on with the relationship. If you are physically with this person right now, that's where their head's at. So if they're not showing up in the relationship, it's because they haven't gotten to a place where they feel good within. We always assume that it has something to do with us, and sometimes it can. Maybe their feelings have, lessened or something has changed in them. I'm not saying that's the case. I just think this person's very withdrawn because they're focused on what they need to take care of in their money situation or their job. So if you sense that and they're not very clear with you about it, they probably tried, but I think sometimes we always hear, no matter what, that it's something that we've done or there's something wrong with us. So the Queen of Pentacles with the Ten of Wands, Eight of Swords, Three of Swords in reverse. So you two, in a sense, it's like you're looking down at the things that are going right in your life. So you could be stable at work. Things are good with your money. You're okay in those areas, but you're still carrying the weight of this situation with you. You still feel very stuck because you want this pain to stop. So let's see what's going on with the romance angels and get an idea of what this is trying to say. Is this for Capricorn? All right, so we have religious factors. That could be finances and career. Like I said, that's what's going on. And there's a lot of cards in this deck, so that one didn't have to come out. Codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life, and healing family issues. There's a lot of healing going on. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Okay, for some of you, yes, there may be some red flags. This person may still be dealing with something from their past, or maybe they've got other things going on in their life and they're just backing away. For some of you, yeah, that could be a problem. It could mean that there's something shady going on. Not for everybody. Religious factors, your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing or spiritual path. You could be different cultures. You could also be on your spiritual path and this person hasn't gotten there yet. I think they're definitely focused on their finances. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Codependency addictions are affecting your romantic life. Codependency could be an issue for both of you. I'm not accusing anyone of having that. A lot of us do. We just were raised in a way that we don't understand relationships or healthy relationships. And codependency is not a four-letter word. It's just something that happens. So in this case, it could be that, or you could have somebody who drinks a lot or has some issues. Maybe you find yourself too taking one or too many glasses of wine occasionally when you get a little frustrated. But that's okay. Nobody's judging. I'm not judging. It's just coming up in the cards. Healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. This has been a big one, is people need to work on figuring out where those wounds come from so that you can heal those in yourself. If you have space between you and a person right now, this is what's trying to happen. is the healing of those family issues. If we don't heal those things, we're always going to feel a need to grasp onto so tightly to things in our life because we have a fear of abandonment, or we have a fear of not being good enough, or whatever those things are. That's what I feel like is the reason that there may be distance, or that you need to release some of the energy that's connected to this. Okay, let's get a, I don't want to say a possible outcome. Let's get some advice. What's the advice for Capricorn, please? Okay, the Nine of Wands. In reverse, the Queen of Wands. In reverse, death. Yep, the change. So, the King of Swords in reverse. Being truthful is great. I think you're holding back probably a little bit too much, and you need to speak up about where your pain is, regardless of how you go about doing that. But this is saying you need to let this shift and change work before things can take place. In other words, the Six of Wands is indicating things are not going to move forward until this change happens. It's a death and rebirth. And it sucks. It's painful. I feel you. I've been there. I know what it's like, but you have got to hold back a little bit. Reserve your energy, because the wounded warrior in the upright is great. When he's in reverse, that means he's still dealing with some stuff. So it's saying either you or both of you have to heal some of those things before this relationship can be a healthy one. All right, let's get the Lover's Oracle. This is for Capricorn. Ooh, for some reason that caught my eye. It says, sacred union, honor and treasure your relationship, for it is truly sacred. And then we have friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. That's always important. Instead of playing the, I'm not saying you're doing this, but instead of playing the blame game, there's a reason this is coming out of my mouth right now, and trying to figure out why the person's doing that, try to understand them and have it not be, sorry, I sound a little preachy, but it's what's coming to me, so I just want to share it with you. If you try to see things from their perspective, not that you can't, just at times. It isn't going to be for everybody. Some of you might have a very toxic ex that just is a narcissist, and that's not worth giving the energy to. But for others of you that know this person's just having a tough time right now, or they're working on something else, it could be just, you know, having an understanding for that. Maybe you guys do. I don't know. I felt the need to say it. So, and then we have balance. Love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. That's perfect. Love that. All right. So last but not least, there's our go to the sea. Yeah, or to the sea. That's my go with the flow card. Let's see what we have for Capricorn. Last messages from Spirit. This one flew out. So round and round. That's that cycle I feel like you're going through. It's like you feel like you're on this merry-go-round of the same types of feelings. And at some point, your grip has got to loosen and just let yourself fly free. That sense of relief and release can be so amazing and shift your energy completely. Hopefully you guys are all getting to that point. Milk and honey, this is all about focusing on yourself. I feel it's a 6. And then a higher power. Trust that there's a higher power at work. And then co-create. So there's a lot of 4s. A lot to do with money for me. And then community. You could work within the community, or have a lot of people around you. A good community of people, family, friends, things like that that are very supportive. So I want to say just take the time out for you. He's soaking in this bath of milk, which is really sweet. Get your favorite treats. Cook a little if you want to. Take a hot bath. Whatever it takes to have you feeling in a really good place, like just warm, cozy, and happy within you. All right, so higher power, yes, there's always somebody looking down over you, making sure that things are going in the direction that they're supposed to, and co-create. This is you co-creating not only with your people in your life, but also with Spirit, and knowing that they're going to bring you the right experiences when you're meant to have them. So money could be really good for you guys. I see some big changes with the 5, so hopefully that helps. I hope this has been okay for you guys. I can be a little preachy sometimes, so I apologize for that. It's because I love you and I am concerned and I want to help. That's all. Anyway, thank you so much for all of your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. I hope you guys Have an amazing end of your month. If you'd like a personal, that's in the description box below, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.